going through their pubs as well.
Do you miss the one that we
Street Fighter and sure. Oh yeah, I remember that. No, this one's good. I like this one. That didn't stay for long, that other one.
I think people were complaining that it lagged them too much or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Good old. I'm gonna make sure you ain't got no lag issues. It's a big issue. Goddamn dietide messed around. Yeah, I mean, take a look. The second game, Pib. We'll see if the boys over on TNC are going to be able to enable Gabbi's Alchemist. The one good thing about the Alchemist is that we are going to see some incredible fights by the bounties. It looks like TNC, they're kind of just like, all right, we're just going to make sure we secure 2. Looks like Radiant, they're just going to make sure they secure 2 as well. So they're not going to go too aggro here.
I mean, you're totally fine with that as an Alchemist lineup. 2 bounties is a win, right? Because Alchemist is not contesting at all. I'm honestly a little surprised that he's walking forward this far because, you know, if they came in from the side, he would be dead meat.
Gabbi's just feeling himself at the moment. The good old taunt, just walk away. Such a funny taunt. Is this a new set as well? This, at least one that I have not seen. The face mask in particular for the Alchemist kind of looks pretty cool. I like it.
Let's have a look. Dietide Shimmer Goblin Hat. Or the face mask guy?
The face mask. Although that goblin hat's kind of dope.
Alchemist's Dietide Shimmer Tiny Arm.
Well, there you go. I guess that answers it then. As Gabbi's going to take a lot of damage here. So yeah, we're just going to see the emphasis on really trying to shut down this this Alchemist in the lane. If Masaros and Jabz going to be able to do so. The good thing, at least for Gabbi, is the fact that he has a very strong laning stage support in the Elder Titan. We already see Febby's going to go to work as soon as he gets the Astral back across the map. And whoa, damn.
Fair and balanced. I'm pretty sure they took out the boar as well with that, right?
Yeah, they did, which is, you know, I guess that's a nice thing from Febby. If he's able to kind of pair it up with that extra astral damage, it's going to give him an extra target to be able to get, you know, the stats from. And I'm kind of surprised Fnatic didn't block the small camp, or at least a camp by that area is Febby. Trying to man fight, you see, not dealing with the boar, so a little bit of attack slow here. He's going to be able to secure first blood. It will cost him his life, though. So.
It's totally fine though. First blood, and he took away the salve. They tried popping it there on Jabz, so that's 110 gold wasted.
A little bit unfortunate there. What's he going to come back to the lane with? Got 450 gold to be able to utilize here. Might try and see if Gabbi wants anything. Just waiting for the TP, but we'll take a look at some of the other lanes. There's Armel up against the Leshrac played from Moon. How is this matchup going to fare between both the mid laners?
I mean, Queen of Pain is always like seen as that lane dominating style of hero, right? You just get up those points in the Shadow Strike, assuming that you don't have something that's able to dodge it, like, you know, Ember Spirit or TA or Void Spirit. And so I think Moon's going to have a rough time in the lane, but the big thing for him comes from his tower taking potential. So I think not to emphasize all too much on the laning matchup and more on what happens after that and around the, say, 6 to 8 minute mark.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of emphasis on those power runes and trying to, you know, equal up the movements to be able to contest and find the pickoffs as well. But
Febby is going to be a big boy. He's taken that stack. Is he going to get the small camp? No, he's not. But he's still going to be hitting very, very hard.
Oh, 24. Yeah, we see just they haven't really kind of prioritized in the creepy equilibrium though. So Fnatic looking to try and pressure here. Febby just kind of chilling out through the acid spray, making it a little bit awkward for them to commit on top of the Elder Titan, which is already pretty difficult. And Gabbi's also got double bracer, so already the stats 1020 health for your Alchemist, so still going to be pretty difficult to be going through him. And you see the stacks are starting to come through as well. They've already got a triple at the Ancients from TNC, so he's going to get a nice little juice up there from the Triangle camp.
Yeah, Tim's is doing a great job, and one other little bonus that probably wasn't entirely intentional, but with the acid spray you're able to take out the Hawk if you're lucky enough that it's in the place that it is, so already getting an extra 40 gold from them. And he's getting gone a little bit here.
Yeah, he's ultra dead. Maybe just wants the boar instead. It's going to be another kill from Masaros. Do you like how they're playing the lane at the moment where they're putting a lot of emphasis on the ET laning instead of kind of pulling the wave back?
Yeah, I don't mind it all too much. Bit of a movement here, trying to get a wrap around, maybe bait out a blink. Or actually, he doesn't have blink skilled up yet on Armel, so bit of trouble.
He wants to try and contest the power into the moment. Now he's got Tim's rapping forward as well for a little bit of help. Oh, you hate to see it. Although that's Jabz.
Very uncharacteristic to get in a position like that, and DJ's just waddling around the mid lane. Top lane, anything happening? No. So you asked me in the previous game, like, what is the situation? Like, you see Ogres build over Venom sometimes. This time he didn't, right? Because his role is a little changed. You know, Mirana needs to be in that lane to make sure that the Alchemist isn't having as great of a time. So he just goes the boots, has a lot more mobility. His game is focused on just as much, getting these stacks, scouting out things like the ancient stack that TNC have been able to form for the Alchemist, but he's just dead and under reward right now, so they know exactly how to play. kpii playing on the right side of that lane.
Yeah, we haven't put too much attention on bot at the moment, although we might have a fight around top with the bounties that are about to break out. We see Febby's pushing back Jabz with that extra astral damage. The Masaros is coming over as well. Jabz, can he get the faster right clicks? No, Febby's going to be able to snag this, but he's going to be careful because if the ball gets a slow, now without that bonus movement streak, he ultra dead. As that's a killing spree now for Masaros. He's had another very good landing stage. I mean, CS wise, he only got 16, but kill wise, he's 3 at the moment.
This is it a 6, not quite. This is just a bracer fest right now. Braces on everyone.
What were the bounties? Looks like 2. Yep, yeah, 2 and 2. Okay. Just, I guess another nice, you know, if Alchemist is able to kind of go even instead of being able to contest, then you're going to feel pretty happy there. As you know, we do take a look though. Lifestealer having a very good time at the moment down bot. You know,
Yeah, trying to get does get the stun off actually onto the Queen of Pain. Has to finally look away, skilling it up at level 5. But you've actually still got the bounty rune in the Radiant Tricamp area, so Moon's not all that worried. You know, he's able to push out, be a little bit more aggressive.
Armel.
What do you mind? Yeah, so he's going to Lightning Storm this, perhaps, just to push this wave in. Try and make something happen. It's a win if you can get your creeps underneath the Radiant Tier 1 tower. Sorry, the Dire Tier 1 tower right now.
Arrow does connect on Tim. Jabz again a point in the Starstorm already, and Armel's going to commit the ultimate there. So we see DJ falling. Yeah, it's a lot of emphasis on this mid lane though.
It is, to be sure. And now Masaros, he's hit up onto his level 6. Of course, so has Gabbi, but now's the time to try and make a rotation through to this top side. Try and make a kill happen.
Tim's finds Jabz, instantly has to try and pick up the bounty there. That would have been nice with a kill into the bounty. We're trying to wrap and find the Beastmaster there. Just saw previously as well, the Beastmaster actually used the Hawk to scout out the double stack that they have for Fnatic at the moment. Yeah, you see the Hawk that he's got, just really giving them some information around the jungle to try and reveal how TNC are trying to enable their Alchemist, and this is gonna, Fnatic have to try and deal with this. I mean, the Leshrac is a hero who's going to be able to take stacks incredibly well, so we'll probably see Moon, you know, if they take that top tier 1 and then with the increased vision from the Beastmaster, they should be able to take the stacks a little bit easier.
Oh, he's got the Battle Fury build as well, so uber farming style here from Gabbi.
Yeah, we've seen kind of the Battle Fury get picked up a little bit more frequently lately than the Radiance. Is there a reason why? Although
Radiant's
DJ
middle tower is under
trouble,
attack.
he's got Moon coming over, 5 loss, sends off for the Lesh follow-up stun, but looks like ET is just going to be able to kind of zone them away as they really want to try and pressure out these stacks. Masaros coming over. Wants a kill. Let's see what he can find though. He doesn't have mana at the moment for the Raw, so Masaros going pretty deep, but with the slow, Tim's just can't run away. They might be able to, you know, kind of block off any retreat capabilities, even with the rotation with kpii. Febby will pay the price. Masaros though, with a mega kill streak, will end up losing it. So 384 gold, and they don't get the stacks as well.
And just feeds that gold straight into Gabbi. Exactly what TNC are wanting right now.
Feed the beast.
That's a bottle refill coming for the Queen of Pain. Yep, the stacks haven't even been taken yet. It is 8.5 minutes, and this Alchemist is getting out of control. We're probably going to see about a 10-minute or so Battle Fury, I would say.
Oh. And Gabbi's got to be loving life at the moment. Just you got a jelly, a broom handle. You know, takes the full stack for free, making sure he leaves that stack as well after the 7 minutes, just increasing the probability with the neutral items being available.
Stacks up his own camp. This is probably going to get the double. This is a masterclass. Pay attention, POS 1 players. This is how you do it. It's nice to have, you know, the support stack camps for you as well.
No doubt. I mean, Febby's just, that's a fat stack they got at the triangle. I think that's 4 now on the Ancients and double at the hard. But we do see Fnatic, they group up, take the first T1 of the game at the moment here. It's going to be able to at least increase the movements they can make through that top side of the map, but they still really need to continue pressuring because, I mean, have they done it a little bit too late and not putting enough pressure on the stacks? Because, I mean, yeah, like you said, Gabbi's probably going to have about a 10-minute Battle Fury timing.
Yeah, he is 200 gold away at 9 minutes 40 seconds. So he is having a great time. Make this invasion, that's the big thing. Masaros, I think he doesn't need to be in the jungle right now. He can just continue pressuring up towards this top side, although kind of a blessing in disguise. If they just move away from this mid lane, now they have no glyph to defend the top tier 2. So I think that should be priority number 1 right now for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's also going to just force some rotations top, which then can potentially help out with an aggressive movement inside the triangle camp, knowing that someone had to kind of TP to defend it, and just the information that you're able to get from it. And still, what has Raven got at the moment? So, I actually lost the courier, but working on that armlet, but there we go. Battle Fury picked up. He's taking over the stacks at the moment from Gabbi. It is getting scouted out. They don't actually see the Alchemist under vision from Radiant. They see they'll catch out the acid spray, but I mean, Gabbi's already got this and already 1,500 gold afterwards as well.
Yep. Nice hero. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind an Alchemist because it rewards good play,
yep.
You know? A Sven is just like press button. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, at least you kind of have to play around with the team, like prioritizing all the stacks and protecting him early on with the lane, and you're seeing as a lot more cohesion that you can see as a team really trying to bring the Alchemist online, and you know, Fnatic really trying to contest the Alchemist and, you know, put pressure on top of the map as they're looking to try and get grouped up around this mid tier 1. Ravens pushing it in. They've got the catapult wave as well, but KP, he's finally going to move out of the bottom side as well. Unfortunately, don't really have enough strength at the moment really to be able to protect that.
You talk about value items for the Alch as well. You've got the bounty, the trusty shovel, so chances of getting more bounty runes for this Alch, so it's just going to snowball him even further. And I'm pretty sure KP is close to his Atos as well, so they're going to actually start to become aggressive. You would think Alchemist is going to have that Heaven's Halberd finished up sooner rather than later, around that same kind of timing.
Yeah, I mean, now the Lifestealers, I mean, it has been farming very nicely considering. You take a look at the net worth, he's, you know, second on top of everyone else at the moment. But it's just game of the Alchemist. Gabbi's about to have the Halberd completed. Radiant, they have taken 2 tier 2 towers. Is this kind of what you were hoping them to reach the mark at 12 minutes in to have these objectives?
Probably more than that, to be honest, and I don't think that they've grouped up quite enough to make it to do so, right? Like, this is a low kill game, you know, and that's still like nearly a kill a minute for this sort of thing. And you would think that if you're on Fnatic's side that you would want to try and, you know, up the tempo a little bit. I think they could have potentially done slightly more to try and stem the bleeding of when this Alchemist is going to start to join these team fights.
Looks like Fnatic thinking about making a play though. They're going to smoke up. It's actually, yeah, they smoke and moonlight as well, so they're going to try and infiltrate this triangle camp where they've got the Hawk vision. A nice little wrap around from them. You see Dire are getting set up at the moment. The scan also connects, and they know someone's underneath the tower. Jabz is going to be the one to show. Let's see how they can get the angle though. DJ pops the ward. Nice vision to be able to set up for the Queen of Pain chain lockdown, but it looks like no one's going to fall up here. So Armel, he just run himself away, even with the blink on cooldown. Beast's going to end up falling off to the eastern side of the fight there, and Gabbi now finds the connection stun on top of DJ. They need to follow up, and it looks like Armel is going to be able to provide that. The damage thanks to the screen, but they're not done. Now that Jabz is a bit stuck down here. Rune's in the tree line as well. Gabbi's just going to go forward. The ultimate is about to wear off, and they've got the Infest Bomb as well now, but the arrow's off the mark. Nicely done. Fnatic, they publish this aggressive dive, and Masaros with the buyback as well is going to find the ball control, locking in KP. A lot of buybacks forced out here. What more can they get? Armel's actually going to blink on top of the wave. He will attempt the TP. Do they have the fire blast up? All the damage. Neither will be the case as Armel snags a kill. TP's back to the base. They lose the Alchemist though, but it does cost them buybacks on the Ogre and the Beastmaster.
I'm pretty sure they didn't even need to use the buybacks. I don't think the Ogre or the Beastmaster had any damage in killing that Alchemist. So you have to be happy with that. You know, you're able to slow down the Alchemist timings a little bit. Even with a halberd, you can't stop all of that burst damage that's able to come through if you're stunned all through it.
Yeah, unfortunately just that ulti wearing off a bit too much and the die potential there. But, I mean, we see at the moment how until Tims gets this blink, their initiation potential is at least kind of just relying on mainly just running down heroes and brute forcing with the high amount of kind of, you know, sustain that they're able to have. Just the difficulty to be able to kill them. So, if once his chemical rate wears off and not really having a follow-up on that tiny blink, I mean, although he's getting very close to it though. Tim's already level 8, so he's got the combo maxed out. Looks like they're going to give him the dead lane as well to try and work towards that blink.
Slowly farms it up. He's going to be very happy with that. He's even holding the Keen Optic ahead of the Queen of Pain just so that he always has mana to be able to progress towards this. And wouldn't surprise me if they just swapped it over to the Quap afterwards. But right now, getting him Blink Dagger is a big priority.
Oh, Febby just snagged both bounties up top, so I don't think Radiant got any. Yeah, they didn't. That's going to be 4 bounties. Wow.
And they got a deep Observer Ward down as well. So when they do try and make these rotations through with the Blink Dagger, it's just going to be devastating, and probably not where the rest of the team are if you catch someone farming out on their own.
Just, and that's with the bounties as well, that picks up the blink, so we'll see what they're able to do. There is an item now, the Spirit Vessel, at least for Jabz, is going to really enable them to kind of deal with this Alchemist. A lot of the sustain, I guess, going to be hindered thanks to this item, but we'll see, you know, how it's really able to fare, because Alchemist is working on that BKB as the next item. He's already got the Mithril Hammer, and with 1200, make it already 1500 gold in the bank actually, so he's getting closer and closer towards it.
All he needs to do is just bank on his team to play together, play in safe spaces. Right now, it's kind of in a vulnerable spot right now. He was farming right underneath some Radiant Observer Wards, but he doesn't care all that much. I suppose Raven, he's happy to take the fight to them. And like you were mentioning before, he doesn't really want to join the fight until he's got that BKB totally completed, but only about 550 gold away. With this ancient stack, it should be basically done.
Radiant's bottom tower
does look like Radiant going to try and wrap. They've got vision on KP at the moment, even with his back ward as well. So now with Boots Travel, Lesh going to join the mid. KP, Arrow, Febby's going to try and disrupt this, even with the toss from Tims as well. Nicely done. Now Gabbi's going to wrap around as well. Finds Masaros. Roy's going to control him. So he'll stun up himself, but now with the backline, Armel's going to try and solo kill off the mana. Will be able to do so successfully thanks to this Orchid. He also had an Arcane Rune as well, so this Sonic Wave lower cooldown Orchid back up as well. Very nicely done.
And not wanting to waste the Chemical Rage, just going to opt to try and take the tier 1 tower, but Alchemist is just like, you know what, I think I want to farm, you know?
Tims? Yeah, they want more blood though, but the blink forward, Ava, toss back, Armel, even trying to deal with the Ogre Magi, is just going to TP out, but it looks like Masaros is in a whole world of pain. They even had the ward, I believe, scouting out Raven, but that's going to be a little bit more tricky of a kill. Instead, they're going to go back, and guess what? Roshan's going to be the next objective.
Don't have any Dalians just yet, but still just drops so quickly with the acid spray on the ground.
Yeah, a little bit of armor reduction that's going to be able to provide from it, and just a couple of kills. I mean, now, Gabbi's got a BKB, and now they've even got the Aegis as well on top of TNC, which looks like they're going to give over to Armel instead. Just, going through Gabbi, the once is going to be difficult. Now, even Armel having a second life as well, almost with a BKB. So Dire are really trying to synergize once with the double BKBs on the cores.
Completed, 15, level 15, he's gone for the extra health just to make sure he's just not killable. Good luck getting through 2600 health at 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and now this Spirit Vessel feels like, what's it really going to do with Gabbi's BKB? So, I mean, Radiant, they are going to smoke up, sorry, with the Moonlight Shadow. They're going to walk up the high ground, but they do have a nice ward at the moment scouting out the Alchemist, but I mean, KP's position at the moment is just so aware. They're going to try and move forward, but where's the rest of the damage coming through? Investbomb's going to come. Gabbi pops into the BKB, and the ultimate's a little bit too late, but now Dire can still continue with the fight, with the damage that's skyrocketing out for the combo. Armel along with Febby going to help drop down 3. They do have the second life, and Tims can jump back forward, lacking a little bit of mana, pops a stick, and now Masaros is in trouble with the Avatos combination. Beastmaster's going to end up falling, so the 4th death here from Fnatic. They do... I mean, they get the Alchemist, you get the Ages, you also kind of force out a 10-second BKB, which is going to feel pretty nice there, but the consequence, they come out ahead in gold from Radiant.
Yeah, I think just because of all of the, how far ahead Gabbi was, you know, that 406 that Moon was able to grab from it, really effective. I'm surprised he wasn't doing the Pulse Nova toggling. If you actually press it at a certain time, you do a good amount more damage. It just uses up a whole lot more mana, but it felt like with him standing in the middle of that fight, it was always going to be a pretty high risk that he was going to go down.
Moon will be able to get a kill on top of Tim's down bot, utilizing the Beastmaster summons, but Armel wants a little bit more revenge here, blinks in, Orchid Sonic Wave, monster kill streak, and Tim is like, alright, well played, thank you sir, a little bit of revenge, I'll trade that any day of the week.
Shiny! Worthy tribute.
So what's the next thing we've got? We've got Skadi, so Gabbi's just like, more health, that's all I need, but that Spirit Vessel, pretty good counter to it, you know? It's 4% of current health per second that it removes, so start chunking them down.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, he's definitely going to keep that one in mind with how that's going to end up faring. How many charges do they have? They got 4 at the moment from us, so yeah, definitely a bunch to be able to utilize, but I mean, TNC, it's a 11,000 net worth lead. Of course, a lot of it is off the back of the Alchemist, who's just a, you know, this brute artificial kind of farm that you provide with the net worth, but they've still been playing incredibly well as top lane. Moon getting chased down at the moment. Radiant, they're on the high ground, and with this vision, they're going to try and look to turn and deal with Tim's first off. Raven straight on top of him, pops a rage, so doesn't have to worry about the Elder Titan control. And nicely done. They're just positioning up top. They're even going to try and continue to hold this, although they smoke up instead. Link down to bot, where KP is underneath the Hawk, so he could be in trouble here.
Yeah, enemy number 1 is Gabbi right now, and fortunately for Fnatic, I think Masaros used his Hawk where they could see the position they were coming from. It went right underneath the tier 2 tower, so they knew that there was some aggression coming through to Gabbi. He's relocated according. So nice awareness coming through the TNC.
Yeah, and it looks like they might think about trying to group up and make a play happen here. Gabbi just picked up the Skadi, so a nice little item timing for him. And we don't really have any objectives at the moment. No bounties. Of course, got another 3 minutes until that one, so just seeing if they can pair up the item timing with a potential smoke moon over. Silently, Raven has been having a very good game finding farm as well. 3-0 and 3, 201 loss hits. We saw kind of Raven in that game 1 trying, you know, the Morphling wasn't able to get involved as much. But at least the farm so far. And you know, we see as this game goes on in the carry matchup, is this still, you know, how are you going to favor it with the Alchemist versus the Lifestealer?
I mean, Lifestealer is pretty good at dealing with him, especially if he goes for this max HP build, right? You've got the Feast, which is based off of their max health lifesteal, so if you're hitting this quickly and pairing together with a Ogre Magi that's just going to be bloodlusting you for every single fight, they're going to have a hard time killing Raven.
Oh, nice scan. Scouts out this smoke, and we'll see if they want to try and group up and protect the high ground potentially. They're going to counter smoke themselves. Gabbi, the bait at the moment. He's got a DD in the bottle as well. Pops the ultimate instantly. Atos going to get just as well, but Armel's going to blink aggressively forward. He's got to be careful. Where's this defensive factor coming through? Tim's with the toss, but it's not enough. And now Gabbi as well really wants to punish this movement. How with double damage through him. Raven is in trouble. Gets infested up. Buyback from the Mirana as well. Jabz wants to rejoin them, but it looks like Dire can retreat away without losing too many heroes. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the... As we do see KP falling, and even in top of the river as well. Tiny's going to get caught out by the arrow. So nicely done from Fnatic. Just, you know, the aggressive blink there. from Armel, really costing them, even though they had the ward on the high ground. So Jabz has got to buy back, but they don't lose anyone else but that.
Yeah, and even at the very start of that fight, Febby dealt with the Observer Ward that was standing next to the top tier 1 tower. Not enough. He got off a really nice stomp too. I think it was a 4-man,
Dire's
and
middle tower is under
the Earth Splitter
attack.
was coming through as well. Only ended up
Dire's
connecting onto
structures
1,
are
but still,
fortified.
I think all of that comes down to just getting a little bit too aggressive there on Armel, and that was his first death as well. So a lot of gold being fed over through to Raven. That was another 640 gold. That's exactly who you don't want getting all of this farm.
Yeah, now he's got a Helmet completed. He's going to be working on the Skadi as his next item. He already brought up the Spirit Vessel factor against the Alchemist, trying to deal with a lot of the sustain, and now the Skadi's going to have that factor as well. I mean, just reducing the health, HP regen, lifesteal, and spell amp by 40%. So this is going to be pretty nice once Raven picks that up.
And even just with the Ogre, you mentioned before about, like, you know, early versus late game, who wins, Lifestealer, Alchemist. You've got an Ogre Magi. I mentioned the Bloodlust, but if he gets to level 20, that's an extra 40 Bloodlust attack speed. So it's just more and more that's going to swing this in the favor of Raven.
As we see, Fnatic looking to try and get a little bit of map control. They take that tier 1 tower down, but can even offer to put a little bit of a aggression on top of the tier 2 as well. But TNC, once again, we just see kind of the Dire team making an aggressive movement into Radiant's triangle camp when Roshan is that next objective. I mean, it's potentially going to be up in 40 seconds, so TNC trying to deward the area, provide some control, get that tier 1 tower, which is going to be a nice TP point.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And Roche might be up in 30 seconds, so you would think for both teams that's the main objective they're playing for. You would think Armel is probably going to be the priority target for that one. Oh, immediately smoke coming through after this, and the TP's coming back.
They didn't get the infest on top of the Beastmaster. Unfortunately, Masaros' TP was a little bit too fast for the Lifestealer. I mean, Lifestealer still was able to come back, but it's in the Ogre instead. So maybe this infest bomb not really going to pay off as much as something they were hoping for. And look at Dire's positioning, smoked up underneath the Observer. They got a double Observer combo as well, where Tim's is playing in that tree line, so he's going to be able to pop the smoke where they have vision. But it looks like Fnatic, they're wrapping all the way around. They might find Armel. Gets the blink away, still doesn't have the Lincolns completed just yet. So now they're just going to go back to where they've got the vision at the moment. And Radiant like, well, we've still got the Beastmaster that can always scout out Roche, and that's actually going to be up in 2 minutes 10. So
you're faster than the rest of your team. You got to be careful.
Flying through. Let's see. I mean, they're show Raven mid, Moon showing top as well. Looks like Dire are actually gonna opt to come back and try and defend some of the objectives, which they've only got 1 tier 2 left remaining. So you got to keep that in mind. As really nice Hawk as well from Masaros. Just a vision that the Beastmaster's been able to provide them this game. You know, we've seen through the past couple of minutes and what they're able to find. Moon actually up top once again though, still moving very aggressively. Pops the BKB. It's not going to be enough to be able to bring him down with the protection of the Magic community. So it looks like Fnatic trying to find if there are any reinforcements coming through with that, you know, potential outpost TP point.
That's a big item for them though. Abyssal Blade being picked up on the Alchemist. Maybe he's going to try and get to his level 20 so you can get that extra cleave coming through. Or Charm going to be hyper value for the Tiny. And you asked me before, like, why are people going the Battle Fury more than previous? Yeah, and I think it's just due to the fact of how they've changed the split of damage. It's actually more effective in team fights now, and this is much more of a team fight style meta. And it also has a bit more of an effective build-up than Radiance. Radiance is like an all or nothing thing, and if it comes off, great, but if it doesn't, then you're kind of stuck with nothing, and there's no comeback mechanisms for it.
Yeah, it's always the build up on Battle Fury has just been getting a little bit better and better over time as we and also kind of, I believe, got reduced in gold a little bit as well. I think dumb. But we do see Roche going to be up in 20 seconds. It's been the long awaited one for when a fight's about to break out. I mean, TNC, they've at the moment 13,000 net worth lead before this Roche fight does break out. You're going to keep in mind about the vision advantage around the area though. Dire, a lot of vision kind of towards the northern side of that triangle section. They got one of their high ground as well, and Radiant just for them, kind of a ward in the river. So you do have to keep in mind about the Beastmaster potential with the Hawks. So if TNC are able to hold their high ground with sentries, which they have done so far, but they're going to smoke up. Let's see if they can find the initiation. Gabbi's going to move forward. Tim's as well frontlining. DJ, though, they're really the target they want, but maybe that pickoff can just leave them Roche, although Tim's is still hunting, though. Radiant, they got the wall in the backline. Tim's could be in trouble before Self gets him out of the arrow range, and now the rage is about to wear off, so Masaros is protected. Now Moon actually on top of the backline deals with Tim's. Masaros actually linking, so pops the wall. Now Armel with some clear going to provide the distance. Raven, he's actually stuck on a high ground. No, the Sonic Wave. Can they do anything about it though? Just TP out, but in the end, it's a 3 for 2. Gabbi doesn't have the chemical rage at the moment.
I don't think he'll need it. He's got the Orb of Destruction, he's got enough damage, and the Acid Spray is going to be enough to take down Roche.
Man, a bit of a wonky fight though. We just see the jump fall. They blew up the Ogre, but Radiant could double back, and you know, it was kind of a Lesh was able to deal with the support on Tim's, and Fnatic though they're coming over. Arrow unfortunately doesn't find the connection, so maybe what they were needing to move forward, and it looks like now without getting the arrow,
Radiant's
trying to steal
to do anything.
Trying to steal the cheese.
Jabz might go for it actually. Leaves him. What's he gonna get? Nothing. Nada. Still pay the price. Bumkiss?
Bupkiss.
What's that one?
Means nothing.
Nothing? Does it? Bumkiss? What's the origin of Bumkiss? Why haven't I heard this?
I don't know. Because you're a Zoomer.
Zoomer, that's true. Just a little youngin. Alright, what do we got? 19,000 net worth lead. They got the Aegis now, which is on the Queen of Pain, holding the cheese as well. And also with the Quickening Charm, it looks like Tim's actually wanted the Nether Shoal instead.
Radiant structures
It's understandable.
are fortified.
Hey, Quap's holding on to the Paladin's sword, which, I mean, obviously, like, not using it in the backpack. I would think that maybe it's worth giving it over to the Alchemist for this. Like,
Radiant's
yeah, you got the Spirit Vessel, but even just the passive healing is buffed up from it, so I'm not one to question Gabbi.
I guess we'll see how they're going to be able to try and hold this one now. He's even got the AC completed as well for the Alchemist, so that's going to be coming out pretty shortly. They give him the cheese in the backpack, and we're just going to see them put to work. I mean, damage, you know, with all the attack slows, but now once they've worn off, Gabbi just shreds through that T3 tower. They do infest up Masaros, so was trying to find the opening, but I mean, they've already been able to double back, and they can now hold their high ground if they really want to from TNC. Although they do have bot and mid all shoved in, and no one's cut this mid wave just yet.
Yeah, I don't think they need it back just yet. You know, they're happy to take away the Ancients for now, so Fnatic don't really have anywhere to run. They can just go to the other lands if they want to and fix them up. Yep, and that's exactly what Gabbi does.
Fnatic, they're hunting though. Masaros want to jump straight onto the KP. Sets up for the arrow. So I get one kill, down for 70. They're hunting for more. Unfortunately, they will not be able to find anything else. And you know, top shoved in. It's going to have to force him to go back and deal with that, where it looks like Tim's is actually already kind of setting up to constantly keep this lane shoved out. Although they will cut the wave on Jabz, so you know, they get a kill. It's going to give them some time to be able to deal with the creepy equilibrium.
I was about to say, how often do you see a Battle Fury backpacked at 32 minutes? But he actually just went and sold it, because who needs a Battle Fury?
Under attack.
He's so farmed. It's actually, I mean, it's just Alchemist things, but you always see like him 6-slotted at this stage, and you always got to keep in mind how fat he is. I'm still impressed on Lifestealer though. Like, he's got 303 lost hits, you know, doing a relatively good job considering you don't have this steroid like the Elk.
And they've got some good chain stuns, you know. We've seen a couple of times now that Beastmaster is able to get the Blink Roar onto someone. Alchemist isn't holding on to the Aegis, so if they're able to focus in onto him and take him out, especially now, he doesn't have buyback. So that could be the big difference maker that they need.
He's got an incredible amount of raw HP, but it's not like they have this Omni Knight like last game to be able to dispel off that arrow. Now Masaros, blink away, Tim's still have to follow up against the 4-staff, now continuing to chase for more. They get the stun, Jabz. He's got a lot of health with the infest, but they don't even care about the Mirana. They want a better target, which is Masaros. Gems on the deck as well. So they're going to be able to TP out everyone else, but unfortunately they do end up losing the gem.
Would have been nice, but just didn't have the rest of the team with him. try and make anything happen. What are they going for next? So Ashiva's Guard, so more stuff that's going to impact on the healing of this Alchemist, although I don't think you're winning any
Radiant's
super long
middle
team
tower
fights.
is
I
under
think it's
attack.
all about the pick-off potential.
Gabbi's just this full boot at the moment.
Radiant's
He's
middle
getting
tower
closer and
has
closer
fallen.
towards that level 25 as well. And we see even the Queen of Pain's actually a little bit higher at the moment. Hit that 24 array, Shiva's completed. They got the Aegis for another 55 seconds here, so let's see what TNC are going to be able to utilize with it. I mean, they get all the outer towers at the moment and continuing
Dire's
just to
bottom
try and
tower is under
control the
attack.
map, find the net worth lead.
Smokes though on Fnatic, which is a little unfortunate. They're not going to be able to try and make a play happen. Although you can say that it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise. All of TNC just waiting on this high ground to demolish anyone that came forward.
Raven just picks up this Abyssal Blade as well, so they're going to try and Moonlight with this here. They can jump, but I mean, just the high ground positioning with the ward, it's going to be so difficult. Raven's going to try and frontline. They got the vision actually. Masaros with the initiation. Can they protect out the Alchemist? They're going to try and move forward, but he gets the ultimate now. They're going to try and look to turn to massive Sonic Wave. Where's the forward move with the protection of the BKB? It's just going to try and disengage, but they've already lost two. And Fnatic, they might be in trouble of losing more as well. Mirana gets inside, infested up as the Lifestealer as well, but two of the heroes, they don't have buyback. So, I mean, that base, it's going to be in trouble as Armel. He just blinks forward, but the Aegis just ticks out. Lincoln's going to get popped now with the Acros up. Nicely
Radiant's
done.
middle tower
Locks
has
in two.
fallen.
Do they even care about their heroes though? They
Radiant's
just want some
top
space to
tower
deal
is
with the
under attack.
objectives.
Radiant's middle
And have to try and
has fallen.
mount some form of defense here as a full set of racks now claim mid, and they're going to end up heading to top as well. With the Beastmaster down for an extra, with the 15 seconds at the moment, they really don't
Radiant's
have
top
an
barracks
easy
has
way to
fallen.
initiate.
Radiant's
So
top barracks has
TNC,
fallen.
they come and just claim two full sets of racks, and we brought up the potential if they were able to burst down the Alchemist. Unfortunately, that initiation just wasn't top notch from Fnatic to enable that.
Yeah, I mean, they got a decent pick off through use of the Hawk there onto the high ground, but yeah, at the end of the day, you just...
Armel.
If it's not a core, it doesn't...
Oh, they find the Mirana here and just shoving out the damage. Jabz will fall and they just kind of double back. Elk's now picked up an Aghanim as well, so we'll see who he wants to give that one over to, but they're not done. They're going to walk back inside the base. Radiant, they don't have, I mean, they only got a buyback on the Ogre Magi at the moment, so how are they really going to be able to hold out this high ground? They're going to wait till Chemical Rage and then blink for
Radiant's bottom
potentially
tower has fallen.
with the Beastmaster, but they don't have the follow-up
Radiant's
stun
structures
lock with
are
the arrow, which they were really requiring.
KP's got the Ags now, so perfect thing to try and deal with the Lifestealer, just kite him out for the duration.
Masaros, there we go. Blink forward, pick the roll. Abyssal Blade is wall. Big Force going to provide the distance. Elk, go to the castle, toss further away, but now with the Acros on burst, but a combination. TNC, they double back, baiting out Gabbi. It just costs them everything as they'll call it quits. TNC take it 2-0, and this is a big series to take down as well. The good old El Clasico in the Southeast Asia region, just 2-0 Fnatic, which is a big series victory to start them off in the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, TNC looked super impressive. I think they were, again, kind of similar to the previous series that we saw with the Magnus.